Longman Exercises. Great Expectations. Critical Thinking Questions and Answers. Units 1 and 2. Do you think that Pip's being an orphan affected his life? Why? Give your answer in 3 sentences at most. Yes, I think so. Being an orphan made Pip feel so sad. He was raised by his unkind and cruel sister. She often beat him and treated him badly. He was afraid of her. He was a shy boy. If you were in Pip's place, would you bring the file and food to the stranger? Why? Yes, I would. The stranger threatened to kill Pip. He was a criminal who escaped from prison. Pip was just a young boy. So, I'd do the same if I were in this position. Do you think that Pip's older sister led a happy life with her husband? Why? No, I don't think so. Her husband was only a poor blacksmith. She didn't like her life with him. She treated him badly. She was always complaining. She was only interested in money. What do you think would have happened if Pip had told his sister about his behavior with the convict? I think if Pip had done so, she would have punished him for stealing the food and the file. Perhaps that's why he was afraid to tell her. He felt guilty for doing something wrong. Suddenly, we heard angry shouts nearby. I was afraid of what was about to happen. What do you think was about to happen? Pip said this when he and Joe were with the soldiers looking for the escaped convicts. Perhaps the convicts were fighting. Should Pip have told the soldiers about the convict? Why? No, the police might know about his helping the convict and arrest him. Pip and Joe felt sorry for the convict who was cold and hungry. What do you think might have happened if Joe had gone to school? His life would have been different. He wouldn't have worked as a blacksmith. He might have become a gentleman. He would have got a better job. He wouldn't have married Pip's sister. If you were in Pip's place, would you make friends with Joe? Why? Yes, Joe is a kind-hearted man. He is reliable and can be trusted. He has good experience in life. He is the type of person who always helps friends in difficult situations. Then she jumped on me like an eagle on a lamb, said Pip. What did these words reflect about the relationship between Pip and his sister? These words reflect a very bad relationship between Pip and his sister. She treated him so badly. She sometimes beat him and punished him for the slightest mistake. The house looked unused and most of the doors were closed. Everything was dark inside. Do you think this atmosphere reflected the circumstances Mrs. Havisham had lived in? Why? Yes, I think so. She had a very hard life after her fiancé had left her on the wedding day. He tricked her and stole her money. This broke her heart and made her hate all men. She locked herself inside her house and never went out. She trained Estella to break men's hearts. As I stood before her, I noticed that the clock had stopped at 9. What do you think the stoppage of the clock indicates? It indicates that time has stopped for her since the day her fiancé left her on the wedding day. All the clocks in her house stopped at 20 to 9. Her life stopped at that time and she never wanted to change. Do you think Mrs. Havisham was right to let Estella break Pip's heart? Why? No, I don't think so. It was so cruel of her to let Estella treat Pip badly. Pip didn't do anything wrong. Miss Havisham wanted to take revenge on all men just because one man tricked her one day. It wasn't fair. Why do you think Estella didn't hand Pip the food but instead put it on the ground? I think she did that to insult him. She wanted to break his heart. She thought that his hands were dirty. She wanted him to feel ashamed of his low position. She wanted him to know that she was better than him. If you were Pip, would you feel ashamed of being poor or common? Why? No, there is nothing wrong about being poor. We do not choose to be born rich or poor. Moreover, money doesn't bring happiness. Miss Havisham was so rich, but she lived a miserable life. Would you try to get a better education if you were Pip, just to make Estella change her attitude towards you? Why? No, if I were Pip, I would try to get a better education only because it is a good thing that makes me a better person. Should Pip have been on good terms with Mrs. Joe? Why? I think he shouldn't. She always treated him badly. She had never wanted to look after him. She always shouted at him.
Thanks for watching.